All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kor Halal Yahweh, Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba Shem Rakah Kwadash. Shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Watazadis be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And I saw this off of Al Jazeera, and I had to do a quick little lesson on it. Matter of fact, I'm only going to read one scripture, Joel chapter 3. I'll read it in the blue letter. I'll probably jump around from the KJV to the NLT, but gonna be real quick. As you can see, it says again, Adawan Watazadis to be edifying and exhorting and comforting to the elect. I'm probably gonna entitle this what was I gonna say? Don't get it twisted, you know. The nation, as you can see, like the blue letter said, right? Because I'm gonna go into Joel chapter 3. Don't get it twisted. The nations will be judged. Okay? Don't get it twisted. The third world's war is a brewing. Okay? You know, we are at the brink of all hell breaking loose. You know? I'll play with the title, something along those lines, you know, and but in my elder apostle Tahar voice, right? Things are not gonna get spicy, as we all know, though. We're at the brink of the third world's war. You know, Rocket Man is doing what he's doing, as you're gonna see as I'm going into in the article. But things are not gonna get spicy yet until that Charagma is made mandatory. That digital that RFID CHIP is made mandatory. Okay? We know, you know, we're at the door of Jacob's trouble. We're at the door of the third world's war. But things, again, are not going to get spicy yet until that Charagma is made mandatory. Like Elder Apostle Tahar always says. But don't get it twisted. The nations will be judged. Don't get it twisted. All hell is about to break loose. Probably title it, Don't Get It Twisted. Don't get it twisted. We are going to the third world's war. The third woe cometh quickly. Okay? You know? Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, thus saith the prophecies, thus saith the Holy Scriptures. So let's go back to this from Al Jazeera, right? I'm all these goddamn ads and pop-ups and cookies and all this shit, man. They're already spying on you. They're already doing all tracking you with you know, but they need further you know, verification, you know, Salakia for that rent. I ain't clicking that allowed shit, bro. Anyway, North Korean leader Kim, again off of Al Jazeera, and this Al Jazeera is actually banned from YouTube. Al Jazeera RT. These are alternative media. They're not even alternative. They're just Eastern media outlets. Okay, which also promote propaganda, just like the West. They both use propaganda. They're both propaganda machines. But you know, when you watch the news from the East, you see a lot more of the truth, like the BBC and Al Jazeera, RT. Anyway, North Korean leader Kim, who DJ Trump deemed Rocket Man. Remember, he was mocking him, Rocket Man. If you're familiar with that what's that sodomite? What's his name? Rocket Man. That song. What's that? Elton John. You know, he had a song called Rocket Man. He was mocking Kim Jong Un, the leader of North Korea, who is an ally of none other than Putin, Gog and Magog. You know, best buddies, BFFs, taking train rides, swapping military artillery. We in them times, baby. Beautiful times for the elect, horrific times for the rest of you. So it says, Kim, I'm kind of all over the place, but it is what it is. I'm feeling good today. Prophecies are screaming. In good strength, seeing the downfall of my enemy. Beautiful times, man. So it says, Kim Jong-un has warned of a grave threat from U.S.-led regional military bloc as he announces nuclear measures. Because this thing is going to go ballistic. This thing is going to go, first and foremost, the war is going to start off traditional, you know? urban warfare, and the bodies are going to be dropping like flies, like we said, because that's why the draft is coming, the conscription. But then it's going to get kinetic or whatever, however the hell you say it. Things are going to escalate, and those nukes are going to fly. The Lord's arrows will be shot off, primarily upon America, Babylon the Great, this whore. She will be burned with fire. Thus saith the Lord. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has promised to exponentially, he promised it, baby, Rocket Man. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has promised to exponentially, look that word up, boost the nation's nuclear arsenal in a bid to defend the country against hostile forces. I've said it a million times. These nations are itching. They itching to get at this whore. Rocket Man itching to nuke South Korea, you know. But we on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's timeline, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's clock, So it says, Kim said the isolated state faces a grave threat due to the reckless expansion. That's the reason why the BRICS alliances. That's why there's a whole divide in the earth, because America has broke all their treaties, just like the devil always does. He's breaking all his, his agreements. He said he wasn't going to move with the advent of NATO and NATO. The deal was after the Second World War, they weren't going to advance further into the Eastern Bloc. And right now, what do you see going on? There's a proxy war over Ukraine. You see, they're at the doorsteps of Russia. So it says, and they see, and not to mention, these nations see how America's getting down. The big bully on the block, per Jeremiah, the hammer of the earth, how they sanctioned Russia, took their money, So what did they? They're clicking up, doing their own thing, forming their own alliances, doing their own joint military drills to counteract the what? The West. You see? So it says, Kim said that, and they're reckless because even Putin said it, told Tucker Carlson, they keep trying to bring Babylon to the table, But the Babylon don't want a seat at the table. Babylon want to be the head of the table. But them times are over. You're losing your hegemony. You ain't going to build back better. You ain't going to make America great again. So it says, Kim said the isolated state faces a grave threat due to the reckless expansion of a United States-led regional military bloc, because they're proxy wars, and it ain't even a proxy war no more, because they done okayed Germany, all these NATO allies, these NATO nations done agreed, that then openly said they pulling up in Ukraine, and they going to war against Russia. So it ain't even they ain't even hiding it. You see? So it says, Kim said the isolated state faces a grave threat due to the reckless expansion of it. And the same thing happened with the old Roman Empire, the first beast. That's part of the reason why they collapsed. They were spread thin, and they spread thin all over again, fighting fronts on every side. So it says, due to the reckless expansion of a United States-led regional military bloc that is now developing into a nuclear-based threat, the official Korean Central News Agency reported on Tuesday. So that's the point. Rocket Man is exponentially up in his nuclear arsenal. Okay? And then also, this came out last night. I saw this from the Canadian Prepper, as you can see. Alert: Moscow airport bombed. Right? And when I was going through my feed, they said this was basically this was the biggest attack upon Moscow with drones and shit. It's all over my feed. So things are escalating. All that to say, things are escalating. So don't get it twisted, man. Don't get rocked to sleep. Don't get settled on your lees. Keep watching, keep praying, keep fighting, keep pushing. We know what the Lord said: when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon them. A lot of things are going on. A lot of prophecies are screaming. Don't get it twisted, But again, things are not going to get spicy until that charagma is made mandatory, and it's right around the corner. It's really right there. So enough of me ranting. Let's let the Lord speak. Joel chapter 3. Again, the nations will be judged. Judgment against enemy nations, and all these nations, all these 17 heathen nations are our enemies. Per Psalms 83, they're all confederate with Esau, Edom. They all gave consent to the beast for a time, till the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be fulfilled. And what's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? For these nations to turn upon the whore and burn her with fire. They that ate thy bread have laid a deadly wound. Go read Obadiah. So Joel chapter 3 verse 1. For behold, look, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Yahweh and Jerusalem, we're in that time, you know, we're being brought back to the Father through the Son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is raising up the tabernacle of David of old that was fallen, and closing up the breaches thereof. Gathering the elect from the four winds, raising up the mighty men of valor, gathering the dispersed, the outcasts, assembling us. And what's gathering us? This word, this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this sound doctrine. I will also gather, and what he said, he was going to reprove us and set us in order in front of their eyes. And that's what's going on, the sifting, the refining, the straight gate. I will also, but something else was happening, at the same time. While the third temple is being built right in front of your eyes, if you can receive it, Also, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is mustering the host of the battle. You see? I will also gather all nations, including Rocket Man. Okay? You see? That's why he's exponentially up in his nuclear arsenal. That's why he took a trip out there. He took a train ride to Russia. You see? So it says, I will also gather all nations, because the second woe passed, the third woe cometh quickly, and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the Middle East, the Fertile Crescent, what we believe to be around like the Saudi Arabia, a land barren and desolate, So it says, and that's what's happening. It's a hotbed of activity, all type of what they call it, aircraft, naval aircraft carriers or whatever the hell you call them, big ass Navy, with thousands of sailors and shit and bombers and shit, the Strait of Hormuz, all that whole region is a hotbed, man. A powder keg. You don't even hear nothing about Hezbollah or whatever the hell them other groups were anymore, do you, huh? I guess they stopped attacking them goddamn cargo ships, huh? Nah, it's all propaganda. It's a lot of bullshit. A lot of shit is being hid, But it doesn't matter, because we on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's time. And really, the main thing we're looking for, the main prophecy that we're looking for is that charagma. Then all bets are off, And it's close, it's near. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's decision, and will plead with them there. Plead meaning judge. That's judgment day. You're going over there to die. Okay? Will plead with them there for my people. Why? For the controversy of Zion. That's why all this hell is coming upon the earth. That's why America's going to be destroyed. That's why all you heathens are going to captivity for what you did to the apple of the Lord's eye. You're going to pay for it. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai requires the pass. Okay? You're all going into captivity. Every one of you. Goddamn heathens. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, Yasharallah, whom they have scattered. All you heathens had a hand in our downfall, in our plight. Okay? You all licked our wounds. You all clap your hands and hiss. You all have derogatory names for the tribes, man. Talk shit about us. Look down upon us, man. But guess what? It's about to be a changing of the guard. Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. You over there fighting over, talking about peace in the Middle East. Ain't gonna be no peace in the Middle East because that ain't your goddamn land. That's our land. You okay? And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is gonna put us back in that land. Not no goddamn 1948 Balfour Declaration. And they have cast lots for my people. Transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. You see, and you're gonna pay for that. Let me read. Let me run through it, and then I'll read a little bit in the NLT. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? And all the coast of Palestine, and all the coast of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense? How you going to pay the Lord back? How you going to balance the scales? The only way the scales can be balanced is by you going back into captivity. Okay? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, even if you was to give us reparations and try to restore or make everything right, hey, how about Shimon Hawashai don't want it, man. He want vengeance. He want blood. Okay? Since thou has not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. You call yourself a bloody man. You pride yourself as being John Wick with the stick. Okay, keep that same energy when the King of Terrors meets you. Okay. When the conquering lion of Judah pull up to redeem his elect. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I recompense upon your own. Swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have. This is why again the Lord is going to expound on. This is plain. All you got to do is read. Reading is fundamental. Ain't that what they say? Blessed is he that readeth. All you got to do is read, and all your answers, all your questions will be answered. Why is the Lord angry? Why is Esau and these heathens going to captivity? Because of what they did to the Lord's chosen people, the apple of his eye. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, the Archetytus, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Jehoiada and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold to the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them. In the place where it says you are not the Lord people, there it said, botched it up, but in the place where it was said thou was not the Lord chosen people, there it shall be said, thou art the sons of the living power. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell I will sell you. How about Shimon Hawashai? And are you going into captivity? Ain't no way around it. Ain't no escaping this judgment. And especially you goddamn red Hebrew Edomites. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Jehoiada, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. It's the main point. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. That's what I'm doing in this video epistle. Are you listening? Hello? Is this on? Are you listening loud and clear? Open your ears. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, you heathens. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. At one point, that's why he mocked Kim Jong-un, called him Rocket Man, belittled him, trying to son him, right? They were a so-called third world nation, right? Not no more, huh? The military might be, they might be kind of, back in with certain things, underdeveloped with certain things, but when militarily, they a goddamn first world country. They a leading country, you see? So it says, assemble yourselves. That's what he's gathering them. And come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. And I was going to read it in the NLT, but you can read it for yourself. Some goddamn demons, always trying to distract. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here, man. Adawan Ratazadis was edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect. Hey, man, keep fighting, keep pushing, watching, praying. We're close. Victory is nigh. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Yasharallah.